I got my first real 6-string, bought it at the 5 and dime. Played it till my fingers bled. Was the summer of '69. Me and some guys from school had a band and we tried real hard. Jimmy quit, Jody got married. I should've known we'd never get far. Oh, when I look back now, that summer seemed to last forever. And if I had the choice, yeah, I'd always wanna be there. Those were the best days of my life. Ain't no use in complaining when you got a job to do. I spent my evenings down at the drive-in, and that's when I met you, yeah. Standing on your mama's porch, you told me that you'd wait forever. Oh, and when you held my hand, I knew that it was now or never. Those were the best days of my life. Oh, yeah. Back in the summer of '69. Then we were killing time. We were young and restless. We needed to unwind. I guess nothing can last forever. Yeah. And now the times are changing. Look at everything that's come and gone. Sometimes when I play that old text chain, I think about you, wonder what went wrong. Sitting on your mama's porch, you told me that it lasts forever. Oh, and when you held my hand, I knew that it was now or never. Those were the best days of my life. Oh, yeah. Back in the summer of '69. Oh, it was the summer of '69. Oh, yeah. Me and my baby in '69. It was the summer of '69.
What the heck? I turned the mic on and it wasn't working. Oh my gosh. How is everybody? I know. I said it would be a while. But, you know, I saw this story about the bungee jumping terror, and I just had to come live. And then with that, I saw a story of a man who had a Taco Bell freak out, and I was like, you know, I'm going to go live because I miss y'all, and it is almost summer break. Like, today was the last day of classes, which, you know, when you start in September, it's like, oh, we have like, you know, what is it? Like 8 months, 9 months of school. Yeah, like 9 or 10 months of school. And you never think it's going to get there. And then it's here. It's here. And tomorrow morning, my state exam is the first one this time around, which never happens. And it's also in the morning. So my state exam is going to be over quick. So yeah, I figured why not go live, because it is the countdown to summer. Still have 3 weeks. but, well, 2.5 weeks. But it'll be here before I know it. So thanks again for being here. I did see Narcos was here first. Lunatic, Evil Queen, Steph B, Lost Lily, Queen Bella. Hey, UA, thanks for being here. I'm just scanning. Hey, Crystal Langford, good to see you. Grain. Hey, Bop, glad you can make it. Marie Purple Freak. Okay, I think that's it. And it's not drama today, so there's probably not going to be as many people as I had the last time because, you know, everybody, I mean, drama sells, and I get it, but I think I've had enough drama for a while. Yeah, summer is almost here. Hey, Grandma Sherry, thanks for stopping in to hit the like. And for those of you here, I know some may wait until the end to hit the like, but if you hit the like, it helps. It helps. So the first story we are going to talk about is the fast food freakout. And, you know, I've seen videos before of people just, you know, having a tantrum in fast food restaurants. But when I was trying to find more information about this incident just a few days ago, there were so many Taco Bell freakouts. I'm like, this is insanity. So I'm like, maybe that would be a fun live stream to do where I just kind of compile a bunch of videos about people who have freaked out at restaurants or fast food restaurants and talk about that, because it's just like, I mean, I get aggravated sometimes, but not to the point where like I'm freaking out in the parking lot acting a fool, you know? Green says it's 64 here with the feels like the temp of 54. It was actually, so yesterday was, well, I don't want to say it's cold, but the wind was a little too much, but it was like 67, 68 degrees. And then today was 80. So I walked after work, but it was like the sun was way too hot. I didn't do as much as I wanted to. So that's another reason why I'm excited for summer, because I can go walk when it's, you know, I can go at like 8 a.m. when it's still not super hot. Hey, Cheese, thanks for being here. All right, so let me add this to the screen. All right, so we're going to start with the Taco Bell freakout. And then I did put the bungee jumping story after this. And then we have like fun stories, like not anything too grim. A lot of them are animal stories. And, you know, I love animals. So, yeah. Give me 1 second. Okay. Just wanted to make sure something. Oh my gosh, Evil Queen, you're so sweet. Crystal says, Emmy's nice and calm voice is definitely a treat to my ears. Don't get enough around here. Well, I appreciate that. You know, and speaking of that, you know, just to touch on it really quickly, last week I did a live stream and I was very out of character. I should have practiced the pause and I didn't. So I just wanted to apologize because that isn't me. And but like I said before, I was feeling a little impulsive and didn't want to do a drama stream. So case in point. So let's see who got the membership. So UA, Crystal Langford, Marie Purple Freak, Narcos, and Adia. Congratulations. Welcome to the Stoners. And how cool is it that 4 of you that are in chat were gifted memberships? That's pretty darn cool. And I've noticed that it seems like YouTube is doing that more often, where they're taking people who are actually in the chat and engaged and giving them the memberships, which I think is the way it should be. You know what I mean? But then again, some people aren't able to be here when I go live. So I guess it's, either way. All right, let's get to this.
Well, the customer I talked to said in the moment, everyone in the restaurant was confused and irritated about this man's reaction.
I mean, I don't like to see people disrespected and stuff destroyed.
23-year-old Nathaniel Stevenson says he was just trying to enjoy his food when turmoil broke out at the Taco Bell in Madison on Sunday. He said it all started when a man was waiting to pick up a delivery order.
Doing weird behavior. He was doing this. He was waving his arms. He squatted at one point.
Stevenson says employees told the man his order was not ready.
Okay, so I can see his frustration because I've only done a pickup order once, and that was at McDonald's. And so I thought it would be faster because you know what I mean? Like I can just go in, the drive-through was super long. So I'm like, let me just do a pickup order. But that's not how it works. Even though you do a pickup order, you're still in the queue after all of those drive-through cars. So I'm waiting. I mean, it was a good 20 minutes. And so finally I'm like, I might as well just go into the drive-through lane because the drive-through lane was just like, they just kept moving. So get in my car, go to the drive-through lane. And I get to the window and they're like, well, you have to come in to get it. I was like, I was just there and I was there for 20 minutes waiting. And when I, inquired about it, I was just looked at and said, oh, it's on the way. So they were arguing, like, we have to do it inside. I'm like, can I just talk to a manager then, please? So I talked to a manager and they just gave me the food. I was like, I'm never going. Well, first of all, I'm not going to that McDonald's again because I should have learned the first time I went there. They're very slow there, like very slow. I'm definitely not going to do pickup orders. Hey, Doodles, thanks for being here. And anyone else I may have missed, thanks for being here. I do appreciate it.
After that, he went berserk.
He was caught on video throwing a register at the workers, which pushed Stevenson to step in.
And that's when I ran up and like told him to stop.
Hey, chill out. Settle down, boy.
While being pressured by customers to leave, he punched an order screen and yelled at the workers more, even calling one of them the N-word.
I mean, it was gross.
What a jerk. Like, over your order not being, like, ready when you get there? Like, maybe he needs to take a Xanax or something. Good grief. Well, that's true, lunatic. There's too many places to eat at to deal with bad service. Might get me once, never again. Yeah, but like this is just like, he's like wilding out, man.
With the rest of his behavior.
Just whenever.
So like after all that, look at him drop kick that door.
Customers to leave, he punched an order screen and yelled at the workers more, even calling one of them the N-word.
I mean, it was gross with the rest of his behavior.
Just when everyone thought it was over, he got out of the car and began thrusting his pelvis at the crowd.
Wow. He's like, how embarrassing.
Madison police showed up only seconds later and arrested him, identifying him as John Bill. He faces misdemeanor malicious mischief and simple assault.
Wow, those police got there quick. So either they were close by or the guy was like doing so much that by the time he ended up kicking the door and walking out and then doing his dance in the parking lot, the police were already there. Control my giggle. That drop kick though, when he kicked that door, he was like, bam, like he meant business. That is true, Bella. There's more to that anger than just being hungry. He was hangry times 1,000.
By threat charges.
Even though the police got there super quick, he still, if he really wanted to, could have pulled a gun out or did something worse.
That's a good point. He could have had a gun, a knife. I mean, thankfully he just had his fists, but how scary.
Worse than he did.
Stevenson says despite Bill's unpredictability, he does not regret putting on a brave face to protect others.
You're supposed to love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Bill was later released on bond. His case will soon be presented before the Madison Municipal Court. Back to you, Troy.
Okay. So I did find, there was a short article from, oh, look, and there's still images, him kicking the door. That was the best part. So this is from, what is this? I can't read it. Boston's Rock. Fast food freakout, because this has a photo of the man. So I wanted to make sure he got the, the attention that he so clearly desired. So fast food freakout, man has tantrum at Taco Bell. A fast food freakout never disappoints. After seeing this guy totally freak out at a Taco Bell, you will see why this video has so many views online. All right, so, I think that might be the same one we just watched. But look, when he kicked that door, he meant business. How are you, Gray? I don't know. I don't know how you're Gray. Did it run out maybe? I hadn't been live for a while, so I feel like a lot of people forgot. Although, speaking of that, hold the phone for a second. I have 5 more memberships I can gift from that YouTube gives me. So give me 1 second. I'm going to actually do that right now. And I am going to try to get more consistent with live streams. I know I've been like wonky with that and not really consistent, I guess. All right, let's see. Got to go here. Here, live stream. All right. Thanks, Nanny. Member for 16 months. That's pretty cool. 16 months. All right, what is happening here? This is taking forever. I don't have memberships on the other channel, so yeah, my other channel is not monetized. Okay, here we go. Nope, that's not what I want. Good Lord. There we... Oh, wait, I've already sent all 10? How do I not remember that? Now I remember. I did it because I didn't think I was going to be live for a while. See that, Emmy? Oy vey. Okay, so I already gave all 10 out because I wasn't planning on being live for a while. Oh, no, you're fine, Doodles. It's no distraction. You just made me remember about the memberships that YouTube gives us every month, but I forgot that I had given them all out the last time I was live because I had planned on taking a break. But, I was okay. I took a few days off. I reflected, I found a therapist. Things are good. Things are good. Thanks, Steph B, for gifting 5 memberships. So we have Allegedly with Amy, Heavenly Blue, Dandelion, Anna Morris, and People Are Crazy. Love that name. Congratulations. Welcome to the Stoners. Okay. So, man has tantrum at Taco Bell. It all took place in Madison, Mississippi. According to the report and a witness, the man entered the Taco Bell to pick up an order. After they told him the order wasn't ready yet, he began to freak out. And I know usually when you do pickup orders, at least where I'm at, they don't start your order until you get there, because if they did it ahead of time, then your order might be cold. You know what I mean? Like if they did it as soon as they received the order and you didn't get there for 10 minutes, then this guy would complain it was cold. So, I mean, in Taco Bell, like they don't take long to make your food. He could have like calmed down. It would have taken like 3 minutes probably. He probably would have had his food faster than it took him to have a tantrum. Okay, so after they told him the order wasn't ready yet, he began to freak out. He was seen yelling and screaming, also throwing a cash machine across the store. So here he is. Here's his mugshot. Wow, here he's... I don't know what he's doing there. Is he like, is somebody going to kick a football? Is he like, like doing like the goalpost? Like, what's happening here? How long was he waiting? I don't think any article said how long he was waiting. Let me see if I can find. I know Yahoo had a story, but I think. All right, so let me share this one instead. Let's see if this one has anything. So, man's Taco Bell tantrum caught on camera. Oh, they only have the video. So I guess, let me search his name up. Nathaniel Stevenson. Oh, let me. Oh, well, there it is. There's the. Oh, here, let's look at the article. Maybe the article has something more than what the video did. Hey, Pooks, thanks for being here. So after that, he went berserk. Witness recalls chaos at Madison Taco Bell. Man throws a cash register at Taco Bell employees after learning his delivery order was not ready. All right, I want to see him kick that door again. Okay, so pause. Let's just go to where he's kicking the door. Because that part was like, that was the best. He gets all worked up. And then he goes and he like slams the door. Like that door.
I mean, it was gross with the rest of his behavior.
Bam.
Just when everyone thought it was over, he got out of the car and began thrusting his pelvis at the crowd.
Oh my gosh, this guy. I mean, clearly he was having a bad day. So, all right. So Nathaniel Stevenson of Liberty said he witnessed moments of turmoil inside a Taco Bell in Madison while eating his food. I don't like to see people disrespected like that and stuff destroyed. Okay, so this is like the same thing that we had seen in the video. Yep, so it's actually the same thing that they said in the video. So it says, so he was released on bail. He's expected to face a municipal court judge soon. And this was, I think it was a couple days ago. It was up to, so this was the 12th. So 4 days ago. That would have been Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Okay. So actually, before I show the video, so we're going to change gears. So there was a bungee jumping. I mean, they say I guess it was an accident. All right, actually, I'm going to share this article first because I just realized I didn't look at. I just want to make sure. Oh, well, they do kind of show it. Okay, so let me put my banner up because this may be this may be distressing to some viewers. So this took place in Brazil, and this young woman was going to bungee jump off the side of a bridge. And the rope was not attached to anyone. Yeah, cheese. It's terrible. I mean, okay. Oh, and I did put my banner up. Okay. So a 21-year-old woman who died in dramatic fashion when two rope jumping instructors threw her from a bridge without first harnessing her to security equipment was buried Sunday in Brazil's Sao Paulo state. Maria Eduarda Rodrigues de Freitas was going rope jumping Saturday at Ponte de Escoleto, an abandoned bridge in the municipality of Limeira, where tourists practice extreme sports. The young woman, who aspired to become a physical education teacher, had asked to be launched from the bridge airplane style, with 2 instructors hoisting her above their shoulders as she spread out her arms. Footage shared online shows 2 men in white helmets launching Prietes into a 40-meter, 130-foot abyss without attaching her to any security equipment, as an onlooker screams at the instructors to attach her cord. The instructors are wearing harnesses that appear to be attached to a security rope. So they were attached to the security rope. She was not. I mean, in my thing, I mean, I would be double checking, triple checking. I mean, if you're doing these types of activities and you're supposed to be, you know, an instructor or, you know, safe, I mean, how do you just throw someone and not realize they're not attached to you? Yeah, Evil Queen, it wasn't a punk. It wasn't. Yeah, I don't understand how. And I did see the video that we're going to watch. 6 people have been arrested. Yeah, Bungie was coiled behind them on the ground. That's what I thought. And I mean, maybe she just thought she was secured. They just didn't hook her to the rope. Awful. Rope jumping is an extreme sport that differs from bungee jumping in the type of cord used and the resulting motion of the fall. Bungee jumping uses elastic rubber cords that create a vertical bouncing effect, whereas rope jumping uses low stretch climbing ropes that convert the fall into a horizontal pendulum swing. Okay, so this was a rope jump? Because a lot of the articles were saying, okay, so it was a rope jump. A lot of the articles are saying bungee jump terror. So it was a rope jump. Doodles, no, she is not. She is deceased. Police in Brazil have arrested 3 men who work for the company offering rope jumps over the young woman's death. Officials have also initiated an investigation that could lead to murder charges. The video of Rodriguez falling to her death has gone viral on social media platforms where internet users are describing her death as a surreal case of negligence. And I would agree with that. It is unbelievable that anyone would not realize that they did not have the person jumping secured to them. I mean, double, triple check. Like, we should... Lunatic says, I do all kinds of crazy stuff, but never... Oh, without first ensuring I'm safe. Even zipping, I make them show me twice everything I'm hooked to. Then and only then I let go. Yeah. Okay, so I do have my disclaimer, viewer discretion advised, because this video does show part of it. I don't know. I tried to skim through. It looks like they stop it, but just, you know, if you would rather just listen, then I would just listen, because it is really terrifying. Why is this volume so low? Is that volume low for you all too? Why is it so low? Hold on a second. All right, I have everything I can done. No sound. Oh, that's why, because I forgot to share the tab. Emmy, get with it. Okay, so for me, this sounds really low. So if this is low for you as well, let me know and I'll find a different video. But it sounds really low to me, and it's as high as I can get it.
There is video of this that we're about to show you. We were not going to be showing you the full extent of this video, but it involves a woman who was apparently doing some skydiving off of a cliff, off of a bridge, rather. That's the woman right there. She was on a
Yeah, see, a lot of news outlets are saying bungee jump death, but this is a rope jump. So you don't have that, bungee effect. You just kind of swing. Which I would think it would be kind of, the force would be something when you run out of rope. It would be jarring.
bridge in Brazil, and
Skeleton Bridge is what it's called.
Okay, a little low, but I can hear. All right, yeah, I had to just pump up my volume. So hopefully, when I talk, it's not like super loud.
That's a look at it right now.
and she, according to reports, the bungee instructors,
Here's the video.
they forgot to put
So there, and you see she's not attached to anything. And there's like this plank.
the rope around her for the bungee. And you can see
There were so many people
There's the rope right there. And no one realized she wasn't attached to them.
watching. I don't know how this
including
happened.
her fiance.
Her fiance was watching. He, after they essentially threw her over the edge, he got sick and had to get taken to the hospital because he was just so distraught over what he just saw. I mean, his fiance just plunged to her death. It was a 130-foot drop. 6 have been arrested following this, including 3 that are being charged with homicide by conditional intent. So I'm just going to read this to you. This type of charge is brought when a person is believed to have knowingly engaged in a risky activity which could result in another's death. I mean, in the video, someone yelled, "Guys, the rope," but it was too late.
And the 3 being charged are the 3 you see right there are the bungee instructors. This
2 were trying to run away.
Yes, they.
Wow. So 2 of them, after it happened, tried to run away.
And they were caught in the woods just a little bit later by military helicopter. And the company, we know, at least in Brazil, it was reportedly unlicensed. And
I mean, I would think it would be unlicensed if they're throwing people off an abandoned bridge. And I mean, it doesn't go unnoticed that it's referred to as Skeleton Bridge.
Based on the reports that we've been able to get so far, it appears that the bungee instructors forgot.
Actually, let me get these close. I should have put these on before. I'm sorry. I usually have them on and I completely didn't do that. There we go. Just because it is kind of low.
I don't know how you can forget to do that, but they apparently forgot to attach a rope to her. And the bridge, by the way, it is called Skeleton Bridge. It's called that for a reason, not necessarily because it's particularly dangerous. It's because it was never finished, and people use that for extreme sports. But
oh, so the bridge was never finished. Okay, so I thought it was abandoned because, they built a new bridge. But according to this man, it was never finished. So that's why they're calling it a skeleton bridge, because it's like not finished. Repeat the charges. Yes, and actually, let me see if I can find. I know it was 3 of them were murder. Okay, so this was from NBC News. 3 instructors charged in bridge jumping death of woman not secured to rope. Pause. I'm not showing that. Nope. Not today, Satan. So 3 men have been charged with homicide in the rope jumping death of a woman who plunged more than 130 feet off a bridge in Limeira, Brazil, without being properly secured to any equipment. Luis Felipe Feliciano Igorov, 32, Vidor de Freitas Goncalves, 27, and Macon Fernandez Sintra, 42, were arrested Sunday and charged with homicide with eventual intent. They were caught, quote, in flagrant or attempting to flee, according to police in Limeira, a city in the eastern part of the state of Sao Paulo. Under Brazilian law, this charge applies to cases in which perpetrators did not intend to kill, but engaged in a dangerous act that carried a fatal risk. They remain in detention. Police investigator Andrea Levy told reporters that the 3 men are jumping instructors. They acknowledged that Maria Eduarda Rodriguez de Freitas, 21, was not connected to safety ropes, but said they didn't remember who was tasked with checking her equipment. How convenient. Hey, I am 2Bear. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I wouldn't have either, Bear. I wouldn't have done it even if they were licensed either. Nope. Nope. In a statement to Brazilian media, their defense attorney said his clients were in shock. Videos circulating online showed Eduarda flying through the air, both arms outstretched, in the moments before her death. The video shows 2 men hoisting her above their heads and tossing her over the side of a bridge while a third man looks on. She appears to be wearing a helmet, but no safety cord is visible. The bridge, called Skeleton Bridge, was once part of a railway line that has been defunct for several years, according to local media reports. Here's a photo of the bridge again. It was not immediately clear whether Eduarda had previous rope jumping experience. The sport differs from bungee jumping in the type of cord used. Bungee jumping uses elastic cords that cause a person to bounce vertically in the air. Rope jumping uses climbing ropes that create a pendulum swing. Dan Osman, the originator of rope jumping, died in 1998 during a jump in Yosemite National Park in California. One of his cords snapped and he fell several hundred feet into a canyon while a horrified friend looked on from above. Jesus. Loved ones have posted tributes to Eduarda since her death on Saturday. Maria left her mark through the dedication, affection, joy, and respect with which she treated everyone around her. The tribute includes a selfie of Eduarda wearing leggings with the gym's logo printed on the side. Your presence illuminated the environments, and your memory will remain forever in our hearts. Pano Bianco Academia wrote in a separate post that the gym would be closed on Sunday in Eduarda's honor. Those we love never truly leave us, the post read. They remain alive in our memories, in our hearts, and in all the love they left behind. Eduarda's mother posted a short statement on social media addressing her daughter's tragic death. My beloved daughter, today alone I wanted to hug you more than 1,000 times. How much your departure hurts me. I love you eternally, my princess. And thank you so much for being a part of my life for these 21 years. What an honor it was to hear you call me mom. God, thank you for this privilege. Citing repeated attempts to secure the area surrounding Skeleton Bridge, city officials said in a statement that they intend to sue the federal government over Eduarda's death. Limeira Mayor Murilo Felix said the city council has attempted to adopt local ordinances for more than a year, demanding action from the federal bodies responsible for the area. The tragedy this Saturday, the 13th, which resulted in the death of a 21-year-old woman, makes the continuation of this omission unsustainable and unacceptable, Felix said in a statement, adding that the federal government is exclusively responsible for the bridge. Federal officials did not immediately respond to a request for comment. In a previous statement, the governor's office said Eduarda, quote, did not resist the fall and that her safety equipment was not properly secured. Local police said she had asked to be launched off the bridge like a plane. She appeared to be holding a GoPro-style camera. Jesus. Earlier that morning, Eduarda posted her final words to Instagram, according to local media. Who was the crazy person who let me jump off a bridge? That is so sad. So sad. Hey, Angie, thanks for being here. Hey, Grandma, I saw this video on X with no sound. I thought, wait, is there a rope attached to her? I know. It was... So they said 3 are being charged with homicide. I'm not sure about the other 3, because 6 total have been arrested, according to the NBC article we just watched. All right, so we'll finish this one up and then we'll move on to less tragic stories. I have a lot of animal stories today.
But the fact that this happened, it's mind-boggling, because it's like that should be the first thing that's done. And
You
how
would think,
can
you know,
someone forget about that?
and not putting blame on the people who were there who paid for this excursion, but that's also something, you know, your life is in someone else's hands.
Mhm.
You better make sure that rope is attached before you get lifted into the air.
Yeah.
I mean, they had purchased this guided tour from a private company,
Yeah.
and the rope jump was part of that, but just a horribly tragic, and then her fiance witnessing the whole thing is just next
Yeah.
level tragedy.
Queens.
Oh, okay. Good thing I paused it when I did. Holy crap. So their mics were really low, but then this end part is like super high. Holy moly. All right, just go to the next story.
We have all driven through thunderstorms and heavy rain.
YouTube.
We have all driven through
YouTube. Okay. Now this one is really loud, so I need to turn my volume down. So this story, so the rest of these stories I have not watched, so we're going to be watching them together. Yeah, Lunatic, it is like Chris Cuomo's loud voice at the end. It's always like, thank you for joining, or thank you for watching, blah, 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 blah. Bear, I guess she was a tourist, possibly. I don't know how far, because this was in, what was the name of the town? Limiera. And I don't know if they said where she was buried in the other article, but I already closed that one. I don't think this one says. Yeah, it doesn't say where she's from. It just says this is in Limiera, Brazil. And I would assume because her and her fiance purchased like a sightseeing tour, and this was included. Hey, Kursuma, how are you? Long time no see. All right, so this next one, so it says lightning bolt blasts woman driving on Tennessee interstate. So the storms that have been going through are just wild. By the time they get to me, I mean, we've had thunder, but nothing like super crazy. But the Midwest has been like getting slammed, and the South. So we'll see about what this is.
We have all driven through thunderstorms and heavy rain.
And then I started coming into it, and it started getting bad.
But just this past week, one woman here in Middle Tennessee encountered a storm that she will not soon forget. News Channel 5's Nick Barris tells us all about what happened.
Sometimes you just can't help it. You're out driving and you find yourself in the middle of a thunderstorm. But what doesn't happen often is a lightning bolt hitting right in front of your vehicle.
Oh my gosh. So for any of you who I can see this is probably going to cause some, what the hell is this on my computer? Get out of here. It may cause you to jump because apparently the lightning strikes right in front of her car.
Vehicle on an interstate.
The moment it happened, it was like something out of a movie. It popped so loud. I feel.
Man, I thought she would have a dash cam. Oh, maybe she did. Okay, never mind. Hey, Glow, long time no see. How are you doing? It's good to see you.
Lucky. I mean, it freaked me out.
Amanda Johnston was driving home on I-840 to Smyrna last week when her family called her.
They were like, be careful coming home. It's storming really bad here. And I was like, okay. And then I started coming into it.
The traffic slowed considerably and it started looking pretty bad. So Johnston shot some video of the thunderclouds rolling in. Then suddenly there was a bright flash. She was temporarily blinded and the engine just stopped.
My car completely died. I had enough power to get it off the side of the road. It would not start or anything.
Johnston called 911 and firefighters determined a lightning bolt had hit just inches from the front of her SUV. Her vehicle was towed and the mechanic had some bad news.
It's completely totaled. It fried everything electrical in that car.
The good news is that Johnston did not get fried. Rattled, yes. Electrocuted, no.
I did not feel shock, but my hair did stand up, and I did have an interruption in my spine stimulator in my back.
She is very lucky this was not a direct hit. As it was, the metal frame of her vehicle acted as a shield and the electricity was channeled down into the ground. But that electromagnetic pulse, yep, it fried her car. Nick Barris, News Channel 5.
Man, I was hoping. Actually, I'm going to show, speaking of like this, I saw this other video and I was going to put it in here and I was like, well, we'll just talk about this. But there was a road rage incident on a highway. I'm going to show that one next. I don't have it in the slideshow, but man, I would be freaking out. And it makes me wonder, like I have a dash cam. So like if that was to happen, would it fry the entire dash cam so that I wouldn't have it anymore on my, you know what I mean? Like would it just completely like erase it? Because I mean, talk about something cool to see. Nanny says, we had terrible lightning the other evening here too. I wonder if insurance would cover that. I would think so, an act of God, right? I mean, lightning, I would assume is an act of God. Let's see. I'm gonna Google that. And I mean, I guess it was like inches from her car, so it wasn't necessarily hit by lightning, but I mean, okay, so it says, according to Google, auto insurance covers damage from a lightning strike, but only if you carry comprehensive coverage on your policy. If your car is struck by lightning, your coverage will apply as follows. Electrical and physical damage. Lightning can fry your car's wiring, destroy sensors, and melt components. If your insurer approves the claim, they will pay for the necessary repairs minus your deductible. Total loss. If the high voltage strike caused a fire or ruins the entire electrical system to the point where it costs more to fix than the car is worth, your insurer will pay out the actual cash value of the vehicle minus your deductible. No impact on premium. So it says weather-related claims are generally considered no fault, act of God, and typically won't cause your insurance rates to spike the way a collision claim would. Yep. So, I mean, if she had comprehensive coverage, the insurance company would pay out the cash value. Okay, so before we get to, oh yeah, because the next one is a bunch of animal stories. So I'm going to show this road rage one because, I mean, people like that guy in Taco Bell. These people lost their dang minds. All right, let's see. It's in my watch later. At least it should be. No. YouTube is like really driving me nuts. Okay. Let's see. Where is this road rage? Here it is. I-70. I-70. All right, share this instead. Let me add it to the stage. All right, so it says, drivers come to a stop in the middle of I-70 and road rage altercation in Wheat Ridge. So, Denver. So this is Colorado. People are freaking crazy. Watch this. This is insanity. Glow said, that was the town I lived in before moving to Vermont. Oh, yeah? Oh, there's no sound. Okay. I was like, wait, why is there no sound? Because it's a dash cam and there's no sound. But just watch these men. Look, see that? Like, who does that on a highway? And this car up here, thank goodness they were paying attention, and thank goodness there wasn't a car on the other side. I mean, look at this. Oh, well, there was a car there. So he's trying to get around this one that he's passing. I mean, look at, they just stopped right in the middle of the highway. I mean, I would say, thank goodness there was a semi that stopped behind them. But, I mean, this is insane. So the one guy gets out. So the guy in the front car gets out, probably says some words, right? And then he's like, okay, I'm done yelling at you. So he goes back to his car. Oh, let me rewind this. So, all right, here we go. So the guy in the front gets out. Look at him. Look at him. This guy opens his door. So here he's shoving him. He's like shoving the door onto this other person that clearly is trying to get out. So then this guy stops or whatever, is like, okay, I had enough. So he goes back to his car. So now this guy gets out. Oh, you think you're tough, huh? He starts punching the car. So then so then this one goes back. He pops his trunk. Oh gosh. This one comes back. Oh, he's got a crowbar or something. I need to look up what happened with this, because this is, I mean, over what? So this guy gets back in his car. This guy's still standing here doing whatever.
Well, the customer I talked to said in the moment.
Pause. So, what? All right, let me just see if I can find, if we can find something else, like an update. I-70 road rage incident. Oh, look, it came right up. Okay, so it says a viral road rage incident on Interstate 70 in Wheat Ridge, Colorado involved two drivers who brake checked each other and stopped in the middle of the highway to brawl. Dashcam footage captured the two motorists exchanging blows and brandishing a tire iron before both were issued citations for disorderly conduct. What about, endangering the welfare of others? Parking on a highway. That's what my speeding ticket was reduced to, parking on a highway. Like, just disorderly conduct. The dangerous altercation which took place near the West 32nd Avenue intersection included the following details. The altercation occurred after aggressive swerving and brake checking. Both vehicles halted in the middle lane. The leading driver got out and attempted to slam the trailing driver's door. In retaliation, the trailing driver punched out the lead car's rear window. Holy crap, I didn't even notice that part. He actually punched the window out. The trailing driver then retrieved what appeared to be a tire iron from his trunk and approached the other motorist, though tensions ultimately cooled without any reported injuries. Wheat Ridge police used nearby drone technology from the Lakewood Police Department to track one of the drivers to a local mall. Both individuals admitted fault and received summonses for disorderly conduct. So there we have it. I mean, it's not that serious, people. It's not that serious. All right, let me get over to chat quick and then we'll check out this next story. Yeah, Doodles, exactly. Lucky for both, neither was carrying, or they were, and they just chose not to, go that way. Kursuma says, my son drives semi. They don't stop as fast. Right. I mean, and I don't know. I would assume that the speed limit's at least 65 there. Oh, really, Lily? They do that on Florida Turnpike. Kids play games. Well, stupid games win stupid prizes, unfortunately. Oh no, Grandma Sherry, YouTube kicked me and phone died. Phone shut off. What the heck? All right, so now I think I have like 4 more stories. They're like animal stories. So we're gonna take a look at these and then we will wrap it up. The ducks? Oh, Steph said, I got in trouble for crossing babies and mama ducks. Wow. There was, when I was a teenager, I worked at McDonald's. That was my first paying job. And I was on drive-thru, and this asshole, he was in the drive-thru and there was this duck that was walking across, because the river is right across the way from McDonald's, like right across the street. And, well, let's just say this asshole was in a hurry and wouldn't wait for the duck to pass. Oh, look at that butterfly. That's so cool. Oh my gosh, that's so neat. Thank you, Angie. I appreciate that. That was super pretty. That was super pretty. It was like fluttering on my phone screen. Christina says, good thing it didn't happen in Wisconsin. We have crazy people here. There's crazy people everywhere, I swear. Doodle says there's a woman who was in prison for causing a road death when she stopped to help ducks. Yeah, technically you're not supposed to stop. You know what I mean? I do. And I remember there was also one time I was coming home from work and it was raining super hard. And there was like a duck or something. It was on the interstate and I couldn't stop. Oh my God. I cried all the way home. I get home. My mom's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I'm like, I hit a duck. I was like crying. I hate it. I hate it, hate it, hate it. Oh, thanks, Grandma Sherry, for the sparkles. So cool. I tend to send gifts, but then I don't ever really see what they look like. But I'm almost out of the, like, YouTube gave me like a gift of, I don't know, there was like 500 or something, and I only have a few left. But they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. Okay, so this next story, this is super cute. What we know about this critter roaming around a Houston neighborhood. Well, to me, it looks like an albino raccoon. I could be wrong. Like I said, the rest of these stories, I saw they were about animals and I just threw them on the end of my live stream. Because, you know, we like animals.
We want you to take a look at a unique sighting in the Heights.
You're looking at an albino raccoon.
I called it albino raccoon. So some of you who have been with me for a while know that I am a fan of Raccoon Saloon. That is my longest ever membership for any channel. I found them during C19 and they had like 9,000 subs. Now I think, actually, let me look and see. I think they're almost to like 30,000. And I'll actually share their link too, because I try to get over there, but I mean, during C19, I would just watch the raccoons. I would just watch them. And I'm almost at 36 months with Raccoon Saloon. That's my longest. Oh yeah, they're almost at 30,000, 28.8K. So I'll show you guys this quick. So this is Raccoon Saloon. It is, it's an abandoned house in Maine. And these raccoons just showed up. And when I started watching them, they had like one camera in like the living room area. Now they have like a huge setup. Actually, before I forget, let me put their link in chat. They have this amazing setup. And they had an albino raccoon that was born here as well. So, and now they have like multicam. I mean, they have so many live cameras. It's crazy. So like members, well, this one I don't think is members, but there's another one where it's like dual cam. It's for members only. So now they have like a tree cam. Here's the living room. They have an underwater pond camera now. It's like, it's crazy. So, I mean, they have, when they started, they had one camera. And now they have a ton and almost 30,000 subs, which is insane. I'm just curious about this underwater pond. Oh my gosh, look at the fishies. Okay, there we go. There we go. So that is Raccoon Saloon, one of my favorite channels. I love, love, love. Okay, so check them out if you are interested in raccoons. But this story reminded me of Raccoon Saloon because they had an albino kit that was born a couple years ago. Unfortunately, I don't believe they survived they did pass away. Which was sad. Lost Lily said, albinos usually have health issues. They also become a target for predators. Yeah. Yeah, Maine is north. We used to go to Maine every summer when I was a kid. We'd go to York Beach. and we would stay on short sands. And well, we camped for a while, and then as my sister and I got older, we were like, no, we don't want to go camping. So we would stay in a hotel like right near the beach. And I haven't been there since I think I was in college, so at least 20 years. Probably 25 years.
Alexander Elias shared this video with us of the critter near some train tracks. The Houston SPCA Wildlife Center tells us it is unusual to see albino raccoons in the wild like this because they have to work extra hard to stay hidden from predators. And not all raccoons with white fur are true albinos, only those that also have pink eyes and noses, which you can see this one has. Thanks again to Alexander for sharing this video with us.
I would have never guessed that was a raccoon. It's the without the striped tail and the banded eyes. I'm confused.
I'm moving in the opposite direction. That's why.
What the heck? Hold on. Does this guy like laugh like he's like a weird laugh? That's what it sounds like. She says, Raccoon Saloon, sometimes I question how come I got friends like you all. Well, and I also watch Critter Cam, but Raccoon Saloon is my favorite. It's my favorite. Yeah, Evil Queen, York Beach is nice. I mean, I'm assuming it's probably, I don't know. I mean, it was building up when, the last time I was there, and with, everything going on, I'm sure it's probably super busy there now.
I'm confused.
I'm moving in the opposite direction. That's why I wouldn't have been able to tell you.
He did. Did you hear that? What the heck, buddy? Oh, shoot. I went way too far. He I can't even do it.
Without the striped tail and the banded eyes, I'm confused.
I'm moving in the opposite direction. That's why I wouldn't have been able to tell you.
Yeah.
So weird. That's so weird. The babies are due to wander up any day. Oh, wait, let me go up. What did Bear say? I live way out in the woods, so I love all wildlife. My fave ever was a porcupine, sweet personality and very loving. Oh my gosh, I've never seen a porcupine where I am. I have raccoons, though. They try to get in my house. They sit on the porch and just kind of hang out. I haven't seen them in a few weeks, but they definitely were, here every night for a while. The babies are due to wander up any day, the calendar says, and they get sugar clouds, which are marshmallows and cat food. Oh my gosh, I've never heard it referred to as sugar clouds. That's cool, sugar clouds. I've never heard a marshmallow referred to as that. I'd rather say I want to roast sugar clouds as opposed to I want to roast marshmallows. It just sounds cooler. Hey, Marie the Maina, thanks for being here. Ferry Beach is nice too. Old Orchard is more of a tourist beach. Yeah, Old Orchard, if I remember, isn't Old Orchard where they have I just remember the arcade there. They have the boardwalk and there's lots of shops, and then there's this huge arcade at the one end of the beach. I think that's Old Orchard. We would go there we'd go one night while we were in Maine, and it was just, I don't know, I'd rather just stay on short sands myself. Oh, it is Marie. Okay, so I was right. Yeah. Okay, so the next story, I thought the title sounded really interesting. So it says, a turtle DNA database is the first of its kind effort to try to keep them from extinction. So, new DNA database protecting endangered sea turtles. And actually, I can take off my banner now because none of the rest of these stories are viewer discretion advised. They're all animal stories. Okay.
Sea turtles, alive since the time of the dinosaurs, have rightfully earned their reputation as living fossils. Majestic and beloved, they have unfortunately also been the target of significant threats. Among the most significant hazards to populations, habitat loss from pollution and climate change, boat strikes, fishing, and illegal trade. And even with ongoing conservation efforts, 5 of 7 species are threatened with extinction over the last 3 decades. More than 1 million marine turtles were illegally exploited worldwide.
It is still alive, it is still intact.
That's where Dr. Chris Madden, a marine scientist with the World Wildlife Fund, comes in.
So cool. Hey, Bob, thanks for being here.
Whether they're whole turtles, whether they're eggs or their meat or even products themselves. And so we need to be on cautionary, absolute standby to know that this is a threat that we need to reduce as much as we can.
Look at that baby. Oh my gosh, look at him. He's so sweet. I saw something about cotton candy. Leslie said cotton candy farming pays more. So does almond milking facilities. So I just saw cotton candy. Has anyone had cotton candy grapes here? Anybody had cotton candy grapes? I had never had them before. I kind of heard like people like on videos, I'd hear about them or like read articles about something about cotton candy grapes. And I was like, So I actually tried them a few weeks ago and they are so good. So good. Well, when you know, they must sell out quick because Walmart didn't have them for a good month. And I just got more this past weekend. They're so good. And so I was telling my consultant teacher about it and she's like, I've never heard of that. So I was Googling and it took over a decade to get the flavor to be that with like crossbreeding and like experimenting. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, they do. Well, because they taste so good. It's like eating candy, literally. And I haven't tried to freeze them yet, but I feel like they would taste really good frozen. They would taste really good frozen. Oh, and is that what you were talking about, Lily, with the cotton candy comment? Or was that just something different? I see you just sent me something. Let's see. Cotton candy farming. Huh. I'll take a look at that after. Can you imagine the wine? See, I don't like wine at all. I think it tastes like cough medicine. So maybe I would like it if it was cotton candy flavor, but I can't do wine. But juice would be good. It would be good for juice. Never heard of them. You know what? Let's go take a look at cotton candy grapes. Cotton candy grapes. I know this is like a tangent from the turtles. I'll restart that story when we go back. So cotton candy grapes. There we go. Oh, here we go. NPR. We'll go to an article quick and then we'll go back to the turtle. Yeah, and Walmart here, I mean, this was the first time I had seen them like a month ago. They're very expensive, but let me tell you, it's worth it. They're like $8. Like, I don't know how much it is. Like maybe a pound, maybe not even a pound. It's like a pretty big container, but not like the bunches you get, like the green grapes or the red grapes. But it's worth it. For $8, it's worth it. Okay, so the cotton candy grape, a sweet spin on designer fruit. So this was from back in 2013. How am I just hearing about cotton candy grapes now? Can we just leave our fruit alone? Last year, apple farmers were soaking their fruit in grape flavor to make them more attractive to kids. Now, plant breeders in California have created a grape that tastes like, well, spun sugar and air. That's right, salties. Say hello to the cotton candy grape. When it pops in your mouth, the first impression is a rush of cotton candy flavor, says Spencer Gray, a personal chef in Culver City and blogger at Omnivorous who has sampled the grapes. The green grapes don't look or smell like cotton candy, but they will remind you of a circus. His son, he says, loves them. At about $6 per pound, this sounds like a lucrative gimmick that takes a perfectly pleasant fruit and jazzes it up into junk food. But when we dug deeper into the grape's origins, we found that its creator is actually trying to do the opposite. Horticulturist David Kane wants to bring back the natural flavors of our grapes, which have been stripped away by decades of breeding fruit to withstand shipping and storage, not to please our taste buds. When you go to the supermarket, there's like 15 kinds of apples. Fuji, Pink Lady, Gala, Braeburn, the list goes on. We want to give customers the same array of flavors for grapes. And he's doing it without genetic engineering or artificial flavors, just good old-fashioned plant breeding. Kane and his team at International Fruit Genetics in Bakersfield, California, made the cotton candy grape by hybridizing 2 different grape species. So the designer fruit is actually a hybrid, like pluots, peacherines, and cherums. I've never heard of peacherines, pluots. So pluots, I would assume, are plums and apricots. And then cherums would be cherries and I'm trying to think of a fruit that ends in ums. Plums. Oh, plums. So cherries and plums. Ooh, that would taste good. Cherries and plums. Hey, Curious, how's it going? We already have other varieties that taste like strawberry, pineapple, or mango. We're still testing those out to see if they're commercial viable. Strawberry grapes would be really good. The cotton candy grape has already cleared those hurdles. It has been commercially available in limited quantity since 2011. In fact, sales have been so good that the fruit's distributor, the Grapery, bumped up its production from just 2 acres to 100 acres this year, with 200 acres planted for 2014. So I can imagine how many acres they have now. Weighing in at about 18 grams of sugar per 100 grams of grapes, the designer fruit isn't cloyingly sweet. It has about 12% more sugar than regular table grapes, but far less than raisins, which have more than 3 times the carbs. So just how do these green grapes conjure up the sensation of spun sugar melting on your tongue? The fruit has very little tartness, Chef Spencer tells The Salt. It's like there's nothing to stop the sweetness. It just lingers on your tongue. There are also hints of vanilla, Spencer says, and vanilla, it seems, is a key flavor in the archetypal pink cotton candy that makes your dentist cringe. To get that vanilla flavor into the table grapes naturally, Kane and his team had to widen the plant's gene pool, mixing in genes from less common grape species. Okay, so then it goes on and on. Oh wait, actually it's almost done, so let me finish this. Almost all of the table grapes in America belong to the species Vitis vinifera. There's nothing wrong with that. V. vinifera is a noble grape. It's used to make all of our wines. But the world has dozens of grape species, and restricting the fruit in grocery stores to just one species also limits their flavors. Take, for instance, the Concord grape. It's used to make Welch's juices, jams, and jellies. The dark purple berry is packed with exotic flavors and aromas, including one known as foxy. But the Concord grape has seeds and its skin tends to fall off, not great qualities for a table grape. So Kane decided to put all the flavors of a Concord-like grape into firm, crisp, and seedless Vitis vinifera by crossing the 2 species. He couldn't say exactly which Concord-like grape he used because it's a trade secret. Ugh, secrets. Breeding seedless grapes isn't easy because they can't reproduce on their own. After fertilizing the plant, Kane and his team have to take out the baby embryos from the plant, then grow them in individual test tubes in the lab before they ever make it to the field. That is weird. That is weird to me. They're like test tube grape babies. Like, what? That's weird. Kane painstakingly created around 100,000 of these test tube plants before he stumbled upon the cotton candy flavored grapes. The whole process takes at least 6 years and sometimes up to 15 years. Kane says, but he thinks it's worth it. A lot of fruit becomes tasteless by the time somebody buys it. We want to change that. That's crazy. Test tube grapes. Right, Bear. Test tube grapes. I didn't know. When I looked it up the first time and was telling my consultant teacher about it, they didn't talk about it being done in a test tube, but that's a lot of work. That explains why they're so expensive. That explains why they're so expensive. An edible Cabbage Patch doll. That's a good way to describe it. Curious says, those cotton candy grapes are too sweet to me. Yeah, I feel like, well, I mean, I take them as a snack to work, and I mean, I use one of those snack baggies. I can just, you know, I mindlessly just eat them all afternoon. All right, so let's go back to the turtle. And I did rewind the turtle story because that was like a huge tangent that we took. So for those of you just coming in, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. I know I said I was going to take some time off, but I saw the story about the rope jumping terror that took place in Brazil. And then I saw a video of this man who, you know, had a tantrum because his order wasn't ready on time at Taco Bell. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go live because I missed you guys. I feel like, you know, I took a few days. Well, yeah, I took a few days off, and I kind of want to get back into a schedule because I've been slacking and not really feeling it. And I don't know. I feel like, you know, even if it was like twice a week, it would be, you know, we can just get together and hang out and do our thing. Do our thing. Yeah. I thought it would take longer. And then even my sister was like, you should just stop doing YouTube for a while. Like, it's too toxic. I was like, I know. But then I kind of like, you know, I've been doing a lot of reflecting, reading about things, and, you know, I'm starting to come to an understanding of what was happening, what happened. Got myself a therapist, which, let me tell you a story, like, just before we get to this turtle. So, there is a counseling center kind of close to me, not really. And so I went there because I just wanted somebody to talk to, because this YouTube stuff, like, I can talk to my sister because she's, you know, she's known about it since I started, but like, my parents don't understand. My friends don't understand. Like, they don't really understand this whole YouTube world. So I go to this counseling center, you know, they do the intake. 2 weeks it was going to take for me to talk to somebody. I'm like, by that time, I'm going to be probably moving on, you know, like, kind of doing my own thing. So I was like, no, that's too long, because unless you're in immediate crisis, you can't talk to someone that day. I was like, nope. So, I found a private counselor. Yeah, my channel isn't toxic, but, you know, other things around here are toxic. And, you know, it's unfortunate what happened. I will say it's very sad. And I really didn't want this to happen. I to be honest, I don't know how it happened so fast. It was like, you know, like, blink and it's like imploding. I mean, it's not easy at all. You know, I heard that allegedly I chose this. I didn't choose this. I assure you, I did not choose this. If I could have the circumstances be different, I would. Because, you know, when you share so much with someone and then they're gone, like, literally gone, it is like hitting a brick wall at 60 miles an hour. Yeah, but I digress. Crystal Langford says 2 weeks. That's like 3 YouTube years. Yeah, that is true. I mean, it's crazy. All right, so let's get on with this turtle, because it is already 8:20. So we may not get to all of the stories. I only thought I'd be here for an hour, but yeah.
Sea turtles, alive since the time of the dinosaurs, have rightfully earned their reputation as living fossils. Majestic and beloved, they have unfortunately also been the target of significant threats. Among the most significant hazards to populations, habitat loss from pollution and climate change, boat strikes, fishing, and illegal trade. And even with ongoing conservation efforts, 5 of 7 species are threatened with extinction. Over the last 3 decades, more than 1 million marine turtles were illegally exploited worldwide.
Wow, 5 of 7 species are threatened with extinction. That is scary. I mean,
it is still alive. It is still intact.
That's where Dr. Chris Madden, a marine scientist with the World Wildlife Fund, comes in.
Whether they're whole turtles, whether they're eggs or their meat or even products themselves. And so we need to be on cautionary absolute standby to know that this is a threat that we need to reduce as much as we can.
About a decade.
Look at that little baby. They're so cute. I know. I feel like all animals, you know what I mean? Like even, like the rhinos and the elephants, like just the illegal trade system is
Ago,
terrible.
Dr. Madden and her colleague, Dr. Michael Jensen, were in Australia researching turtles when her interaction with a hawksbill turtle, among the most impacted by the illegal turtle trade, inspired a potential species-saving idea.
We knew we could take DNA from wild turtles and tissue samples, but we just didn't know if we could do it with tortoiseshell.
That became the genesis for what would become Shellbank, the world's first and most comprehensive marine turtle DNA database.
That is incredible. Like when you think about technology and how far technology is, like to have a turtle DNA bank. Bear says turtles are fabulous, and yes, they can feel a pet on their shell. So cool. Lily says they still have, oh, there's a bug. They still have green sea turtle farms in the Bahamas. They aren't wild turtles. They are a food source for the Bahamas. I don't know if I could ever eat a turtle. Oh, what is that, Lunatic? See, some of these, oh, clutch. Some of these gifts don't pop up on the screen. Like the butterfly showed up really nice, but the hat and the clutch I didn't see. They'll come out with a cotton candy turtle before we know it. Probably. There's probably one already in the making.
Researchers can now extract DNA from any turtle source to pinpoint nesting beaches thousands of miles away and learn which populations are most at risk.
We're able to use DNA to be able to understand what turtle populations we have, how they're connected, and how they're being impacted. And so that's a real game changer.
So far, the databank stands at about 20,000 records, with some more being added every month. 38 countries are also looking to get involved, with some governments already using the data to crack down on the illegal trade.
That's pretty cool. I mean, 38 countries, and the closed captioning is not following the video. That's really irritating. But that's pretty cool. 38 countries are already involved. Crystal says, I have a tortoise. His name is Dmitry. He's a Russian desert tortoise. That is so cool.
WWF also operates a strong buyer beware campaign to educate people what to look for and what to avoid.
Oh, look at that little one.
Wildlife forensic scientist and conservation geneticist Dr. Greta Frankham is among the researchers building up Shellbank.
We can do much more with some of it than what we were doing just with our individual research projects.
Helping expose poaching hotspots and trafficking routes is just part of the goal of Shellbank. Researchers say what they can learn about sea turtles may prove invaluable in ongoing efforts to preserve the species for generations to come.
It just really exemplifies or highlights how connected our oceans are and how countries are connected without really even realizing it. We do really need to work boundaries and cross borders with other countries to get really useful and powerful outcomes for these turtles.
Dr. Madden looking towards the future and paving a way for sea turtles to fight back.
They're such beautiful creatures. Beautiful creatures. Hey, I wonder, how are you? Speaking of beautiful creatures, the last time I went live, I believe I had mentioned that one of my students had come in and she was upset, like she wouldn't talk to anybody. She kind of like was just like storming about, and her dog was sick. She came in today and she just blurted out, "Miss Emmy, my dog died last night." I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." She's like, "Yeah, it's okay. He died in my arms." I'm like, "Well, no, it's not okay. Like it's heartbreaking, you know?" And she's like, "Well, I'm just trying to, like, you know, make jokes about it because if I don't, I'm going to cry." I'm like, "Okay. But yeah, it was." And then one of my other kids say, and you know, summer is a really hard time for a lot of kids because school is their safety. Like they feel safe at school. And I had another student come in today and he was very quiet. And I was like, "Hey, how's it going? You're awfully quiet today." He's like, "Yeah, I don't really want to talk about it." I was like, "Okay." Well, then once, you know, a few of his classmates left, he opened up to me. And he's like, he was upset because they have to move. And he doesn't want to move from where he lives now. So, I mean, it's just, they got a lot going on. All right.
Shellbank's really trying to provide that limelight for turtles and be a voice for them so that, you know, we can have healthier oceans for the rest of our lives too.
George Solis, NBC News.
We thank you for.
So cool. Marie says, "Walmart just delivered my groceries and someone else's. A lot of dark chocolate and baking stuff. Why dark chocolate? LOL." They were probably making, I don't know, maybe fudge or something. I don't know. Walmart, well, see, Walmart here, I don't know about where you're at, Marie, but they contract out with Spark drivers here. They're terrible. Absolutely terrible. I just got free groceries last week because they delivered them to the wrong house. And I was mad. Because I had to wait for them to deliver it again because I did get a refund. But it's like, with GPS, how do you go to the wrong house? It makes no sense. Lily says, "Dark chocolate doesn't melt in summer heat. It's better for you too." I knew it had better health benefits, but I didn't realize it didn't melt. Huh. Learn something new every day. All right, so let's see. What's this next one?
Look at this. Wild video shows a feral.
Oh, okay. So this is a cat video. So I haven't seen this one either, but the title is, it's very short. It's only 30 seconds. "Mama cat named Puffy Girl fights off coyote in SoCal yard." And they come from the cat comes from the left side. I don't know where the coyote is. But we're gonna see it.
Look at this. Wild video shows.
Oh, right here. There's the babies. Okay, so she must have her babies. Unless this is the cat. This is hard to see. Okay, so there's the cat. These must be kittens here. So the kittens, gosh, that's not a safe spot for them, right? Out in the open like that by that tree. So here's the mama cat where my cat is. And then there's babies that are right here by this tree. And then the coyote must come from, I don't even know where. Or unless this is a baby and the mommy is somewhere else.
Wild video shows a feral mama cat in Ontario fighting off a coyote. It was caught by a doorbell camera and the man.
Thank God those kittens were old enough. Man, that coyote came out like a bat out of hell. Where did he come from?
Wild video shows a.
Oh, so he came from like behind the tree. That's why you couldn't see him. There's the coyote right there. Thank God those babies were old enough.
Feral mama cat in Ontario
Mama
fighting off a
cat.
coyote. It was caught by a doorbell camera, and the man who lives there says he feeds the stray cat. He named her Puffy Girl, and she recently had a litter of kittens. But the coyote...
Wow, and that coyote threw that mama cat. I didn't notice that. The coyote took the mama cat and threw her, and then the mama cat was like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
went after one of those kittens early Monday morning, and that is why Puffy Girl went into action, scuffling a bit.
See, if that was me, there's no way in hell those babies and that mama cat would be out there. They would be trapped and they'd be in my house until I could work with them to get them adopted.
Chased off that coyote. Mama and the kittens, he says, appear to be okay. But wow. Yeah,
do not mess with Puffy Girl.
Do not.
Those feral cats, they will get you.
So when it comes to cold case.
Oh, and I think this might be my last story, actually. Okay, so I thought I had another animal story, but I guess I don't. So this one actually, Steph B had shared with me before my live, and I was like, oh my gosh, I saw that, but I hadn't watched it yet. So this is our last story, and then we'll do some last thoughts. Lily says coyotes are considered invasive here. Yeah, they took off. Thank God. I know. Lunatic says, never underestimate a mama. Don't matter the species. Well, except for possums. Then cold-hearted moms don't care. Aw. I like possums. They're so cute. They're cute, the possums. But the possums always, like, when I'm trying to trap cats, especially, like, here, I can't do it at night anymore, even though that's when the cats usually come. Because, like, either the possums go in there, or one time I did get a skunk. And so I text my dad. I'm like, Dad, I just trapped a skunk. He goes, good luck. I'm thinking, that's not the answer I wanted. I wanted, okay, I'll come help you. Nope, no help. It was all me. So I watched YouTube videos on how to safely get a skunk out of a cat trap. Man, it smelled rancid for weeks. It was like you go outside and you just wanted to like hurl. It was rancid. I feel like that's the best word to describe it. So anyways, this otter helps solve underwater cold cases. So this otter is able to detect human remains, which is interesting. Lunatic says, Emmy trying to release skunks or possums makes me giggle this time. Possums aren't bad. Possums aren't going to spray. So the possums, they just look at you like, well, they can't really see, but they're like, what is happening? Why am I in here? So you open the trap and they're like, they just, wander on out. The skunk, though, I mean, you have to I had this huge comforter I was holding up so I took it and threw it on the trap, right? And then you're supposed to go very slow. And then you kind of I need to get the 2-sided traps because that would have made it a lot easier. So then I'm going slow, lifting up the front of the trap, and then I'm running away. But the skunk still sprayed. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible.
And forensics work, there's a new face helping lead investigators to bodies and clues. He has 4 paws, and no, he's not a dog, not a canine. This is Splash. Splash is an otter. What a great name. He started training with people.
Splash the otter. So the title of this is Otter Helps Law Enforcement Find Human Remains Underwater.
East River Canine Search and Rescue when he was just 4 months old.
And at just 6 months old, he made his first recovery. Fox 13's Kimberly Quizon introduces us to the otter who is helping bring investigators answers and hard evidence.
Water has always been that area that the bad guys knew that if they dispose of it in water, they have a really good chance of getting away with it.
Michael Hadsill of Peace River Canine Search and Rescue has worked on numerous cases over the decades. His canine partners work to sniff out what criminals try to ditch. Now they have a new tool.
How are you?
This is Splash the otter. For the last year and a half.
Look how cute he is. He's so little. Curie says, possums are filthy and sweat when nervous. Ew. See, I don't, they're outside. So and they eat ticks. So, they do have a benefit.
He's been part of the team.
Now we're trying to change that. We're going to turn that over and say, no, sorry, serial killer, the otter got you this time.
Hadsell trained Splash to use his nose to sniff out remains or evidence submerged in water, and his whiskers are used like a power.
Oh my God, stop. Look how cute he is. My God, you just want to like not eat him literally, but like just smush. You just want to squish him. He's so cute.
Used like a powerful sonar.
He's not just using odor as his main tool to find it. He uses it more as a confirmation when he gets close to it, but he's finding it using his whiskers.
Splash is an Asian small-clawed otter. He navigates through zero visibility and communicates to Hadsell through a signal system using a tether line. When he detects a target, Splash seizes Hadsell's dive mask.
You have to have a trust bond with them, and they have to absolutely believe that you're going to take good care of them. And so I've really protected my relationship with Splash to make sure that he knows that I'm going to be there and take care of him.
He's got a good.
And let me just back up. I wanted to see, I missed the name of Peace River Canine Search and Rescue. Actually, I'm going to just keep those off.
So I'm going to be there and take care of him.
He's got a good record.
We are at 9 recoveries right now. 2 were evidence and 7 were remains.
And Hadsell believes otters could.
Wow, 9 recoveries. That is incredible. I also sweat because menopause, yeah.
Monday becomes standard for law enforcement, an added tool, of course, to their canine partners.
No one's done this before. And of course, this is dealing with, the edge of criminal law. So, this is stuff that will become evidentiary in a court somewhere. So we want to make sure we set it up right, we do it right, so that when we get into court, the cases are not blown up because there's an otter working on the case.
Splash is more than a partner. He's a team member and family.
Look at his little face.
Working alongside Hadsell to bring answers to cold cases.
There's a bad guy who got away with something, and there's a family who's missing their loved one, and we want to get that resolved.
From Inglewood, Kimberly Quizon, Fox 13 News.
Hadsell is compiling his research, and within a year, Peace River Canine Search and Rescue will decide whether to continue their otter program and train more otters to join the team.
That is pretty incredible for sure. And so I'm just curious. I'm just going to Google. Actually, let's go check out their website quick. Peace River Canine. There it is. Englewood, Florida. I'll actually drop their link in chat. I mean, that would be pretty cool if they could train more otters, especially, if they know there's a certain area where, remains tend to be. Oh, what is this? I don't want to donate now. How do I get rid of this? Oh, there it goes. So it's called the Otter Project. Here we go. Let me share this and then we'll wrap things up. So the Otter Project. Let's see. So it started in 2020. I'm just curious how many. All right. It doesn't say how many otters they have now. I would assume just the one. So cool. So in dark, turbid, or debris-filled water, human divers are limited. Sonar can be inconclusive, and surface-based canine teams cannot follow scent below the waterline. For families waiting on answers in long unsolved cold cases, these limitations can mean years, sometimes decades without resolution. Otter Splash exists to help close that gap. So cool. So cool. All right. So, thanks everyone for being here. I do appreciate it. Give me 1 second. YouTube doesn't want to stop playing things before I want them to be played. Stop it, YouTube. I don't know what YouTube, what its deal is. It keeps playing things before you want it to be played. So let me just take a look at chat quick, and then What is StreamYard is like acting up. It's got this thing in front. I can't. Oh, there it goes. Leslie says our ponds and canals are full of cars. Doodle says we will use dogs and call that credible for the most part. Why not otters too? Yeah. I mean, if they're helping close cold cases, that's amazing. Why Wonder says, I don't know about you, but sweating, I was glad I'm not alone. Yeah. Oh, shoot, I never hit enter. There's the link to the Peace River Canine Search and Rescue that we just talked about. So thank you for being here. I just want to again thank Evil Queen Yaya for gifting 5 memberships, Steph B for gifting 5 memberships, Nanny Sharon, member for 16 months, and right at the last moment, Why Wonder with the super chat. Let me heart that on my phone. Thank you so much. Wish you could be on every day. I know you can't, but you and this chat are so kind and very precious people. That is so sweet. Yeah, I'm going to try to be on more. And especially now that classes are officially over. Once my state exam is over, I can kind of like relax because it's, you know, I have to get the graphing calculators all reset, make sure I have enough rulers, the administration, like test days, I feel like are more tiresome and stressful than actual class days because it's state exams. So, you know, you have to be like precise and on point, and just once it's over, it's like such a relief. And I do plan on doing a live Friday during the day, maybe a little bit earlier because I don't work. So yeah, maybe we'll see. I know I'm definitely going to go live on Friday. I just don't know what time right now because I also need to get my car inspected, and me and the dealership keep playing phone tag. So you know how that goes. So thanks everyone for being here. I do appreciate it. What was I going to say? Oh my God, I just lost my train of thought. God, I hate when that happens. I'm telling you, my brain is broken lately. But anyways, thanks everybody for being here. I do appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of your day, night, morning, wherever you may be. And until next time, y'all, I will see you on the flip side.
Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know that something wasn't right here? Oh, baby, baby, I shouldn't have let you go. And now you're out of sight, yeah. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now, because my loneliness is.
And this has to do with Anne Juliet. There's no hidden meaning. I just like the song, and as you know, I'm on an Anne Juliet kick, which is a Broadway play. So have a great night, y'all.
The reason I believe is you. Boy, you got me blinded. Oh, pretty baby, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. It's not the way I planned it. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now, because my loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. to know. Oh, pretty baby, I shouldn't have let you go. I must confess that my loneliness is killing me now. Don't you know I still believe that you will be here and give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. My loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, I must confess. And my loneliness is killing me now. Don't you know I still believe that you will be here and give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more